Hello and welcome back to the CIT Tech Tips YouTube channel. Today we're going to be exploring how to set up an FTP server, and as well we're going to be trying to figure out how you can connect to your FTP server from another computer using an FTP client. Now, what FTP stands for is a file transfer protocol. In this protocol, basically it allows you to transfer files. It's a very useful technique. It's not well used anymore and it's very unsecure, so I would only do this on your home network. But it's very good for transferring files.
To start our FTP server download, we're going to click the download Filezilla server at filezilla-project.org. Confirm the download, and you'll see it pop up right here. So just go ahead and open that and allow it to make changes on your hard drive. Agree to the terms of service, and then you're going to want to select a full install. Click next again. Keep that as the default. And once you're here, you can change the listening port. You can select if you want to start the server up, and you're going to want to have it start with Windows or whatever the operating system you're running on is. And you can also choose a password. We're just going to click next and leave that as default. And you'll want to start if the users log on, so that you don't have to have the server running at all times. So now we'll just click install and wait for it to install, which does not take long. So now that that is completed, you can see that we have the FileZilla FTP server here, and we will set that up once we have our download of the client.
Okay, so if you're on a fresh install of Windows 11 like we are here, or a fresh install of Windows 10, you might not have done this. So, we need to disable our firewall so that people can connect to us. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the firewall settings here, and where we can see here, the firewall and network protection, go right down here, and we can go to the public network, and we're just going to turn that off. And I'm going to select yes. And as you can see, we're getting this Windows security notification, and that our firewall is off, and that, we're, on the public network. We don't have any firewall on. And this is just for a local type of thing. I wouldn't do this on your home network, just for the sake of security reasons. But for here, where you're just testing things out with your friends and having fun, I would say that is okay. Alrighty, so now that you have the FTP server, client, installer, interface installed on your device, what we're going to do is we need to hard code our IP. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Windows button in the bottom left corner here, and we're going to search. We're going to type in Control Panel, and we're going to click Enter. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Network and Internet. As you can see here, this will bring us to the network and interface portion of our control panel. We're going to go to our Network and Sharing Center, and upon working on this screen, we're going to change the adapter settings. I'm using Ethernet. You should probably be using Ethernet if you're FTPing with a bunch of friends, because, security reasons and whatnot. I wouldn't do this over the internet. We're going to go to Properties, and we're going to go down to this right here that says Internet Protocol version 4, or TCP IPv4. We're going to double click on that, and this will bring up this window. You see where it says here we're going to obtain an IP address automatically? We're going to use the following address. You're going to just left click on this once. And for our IP address, we're going to type in 192.168.1.2. That'll be the machine's IP. And we click on the subnet mask, and that'll fill in automatically for us. For our default gateway, we're going to go to 192.168.1.1. That'll be our range so that we can use any IP address from .2 all the way to .255. Alrighty, and we're going to click OK. From here, we're going to click OK here, and we can minimize these tabs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to FileZilla Server, and we're just going to connect to this. Now, as you can see here, it'll give you this little red text here. We can just ignore this, seeing as though we're on a local network. If you were on the internet, this would be a bit of a warning to maybe set up some form of security for it. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to edit up the top here, and we're going to go to users. And where it says general, right, we're going to go to users, and we're going to add a user. So I'm going to add myself, I'm going to add Jack, and I'm going to click OK. But then I have a bunch of other friends here. So, oh, that's right, we need to select a directory for them to edit. My bad. Let me add his directory. So I have the cool stuff file. It's just a random folder I have on my desktop. There's nothing in it, but I'm going to eventually put things in it. And I'm just going to double click on it once, click OK. So now I have access to cool stuff from the user Jack. I'm going to add another user, and I'm going to add my friend Josh. So Josh will have the connection, and I'm just going to add the directory to him, and he will also have access to cool stuff. And I have my friend Cole over here, so I'm going to add Cole, and I'm going to add his directory, and he will also have access to the cool stuff folder. I'm going to click OK, and we should be good here to click OK. Now, as you can see, the server is up, and they should be able to connect. So, Josh, if you'd go ahead and connect. And as you can see here, we have Cole signed in here. We also have Josh signed in. And over on my laptop here, if I sign in, perfect. So they can actually take the access from the cool stuff folder, and they can use it and modify it. So if any of them would like to go in and add something to the cool stuff folder, they can right now. Now that we have Josh and Cole on here, we can in fact have them drop things into the cool stuff file. So if you guys would like to try and drop something into the cool stuff file. So we're going to open this now. Oh yeah, we in fact have things in the cool stuff file. We have this very interesting image of Remy from Ratatouille, and we have a new text document. I'm going to open the text document, and it must have worked because we did it. And that is how you FTP on a Windows machine.